a social policy would sort of be a net negative for the country. I think that's my biggest worry, if that makes sense.
Hold on. I want to make sure that I have your argument correct. You're saying that if we implement universal health care, there's a more substantive argument against immigration?
I think you can't bring in as many people if you per individual you have to provide more. If per individual you have to sort of provide healthcare costs that weren't there prior. I think that ends up.
But no, sorry. So if we address the immigration the way that we want to, right, and remove the bottleneck to naturalized citizenship for people seeking asylum, seeking citizenship here, and letting these people come in and earn money here and pay taxes here. They pay taxes towards this system, this universe. So like it effectively will cancel each other out if we fix the policy. Bringing more people in and having those people contribute to federal income tax does not put an undue burden because the pot grows relative to what they're bringing in.
Yeah, that's.
Also, immigrants pay taxes anyway.
Yeah, they do. It's not that they don't. That's a valid point.
I think if the worry is that this is going to give the right more ammunition against immigration, I think you don't have to worry because they already have enough. Yeah. They are in their minds. They already have enough. But like this is an absolute net good. We've seen it implemented in a lot of countries, and like wait times don't differ dramatically. And I know that for a fact, anecdotally in person, that like of what I went through this year of having to wait for doctors despite paying $600 a month out of my own pocket for health insurance. Again, that's not fucking data, but like, so there are countries where you have an accident, you go in the hospital, or you get an ambulance to the hospital, you're there overnight for a couple of nights, and you leave with a bill of $10. And that is, as opposed to here, where you have insurance, go to the hospital in an ambulance, stay overnight for 3 days, come back, and then have a $97,000 bill that past what your insurance covers. Is you run into people who are destitute and who have and so like the way that we fix that is this thing that we have that other countries have this. And the only thing stopping us are the people getting rich off the sort of like cycle of inflation that medical and like the lobbying. So like it doesn't make a ton of sense to me not to do this anymore.
Okay, that's fair enough. I think that's a good argument. I think at the end of the day, immigrants are paying taxes. So if I think it is something that's possible from that perspective. I do have one other question for you. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm going to get hate in this in the comments because it's like, okay, you said you're a Democrat, you bring in a conservative. That's not the case. I work in finance, so I do have somewhat sort of centrist views. But at the end of the day, I know where I vote. So I fear is that, bringing jobs back to America, specifically manufacturing, it can result in sort of an increased cost of labor, which only kind of pushes inflation higher. And I think it's something that both sides are pushing towards because it's sort of a populist option. And I get it. Like, hey, it's good to have jobs in America. But with our sort of cost of labor, if it just ends up increasing the cost of goods for the average consumer, it may not make sense to onshore those jobs again. What are your thoughts on that?
The necessity of not onshoring those jobs is to continue to exploit foreign labor in conditions that are subhuman oftentimes. And I think at the morally disagree.
Sure. Fundamentally,
reasonably, ultimately, like there is a demand for like the same sort of moral stance that if we're gonna make it here, you can pay more, and a lot of people are on board with that. I don't know specifically what jobs you're talking about.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know who's talking about bringing home like H&M manufacturing to Kansas or whatever.
Right. I mean more auto manufacturing that's been pushed out with these past couple of years, something like that. That it was
what?
Like manufacturing of cars that was previously all done in Middle America, which was pushed out to sort of other countries.
Have you been to Atlanta?
Yeah, I know we have some over there, but Detroit is still being affected by this relatively.
Yeah, but Detroit, sure. Detroit is for a lot of reasons, but there are gigafactories being made here.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I know, but so like that's not a real. I don't know that fucking BMW makes cars here and ships them to Germany.
Right, but they're also made in Mexico too, right? At the end of the day, they're also made in...
That's a global economy. Right. Yeah, people make shit everywhere.
Right, so when people say, hey, we need to move things from Mexico in America, I think that, I don't think it's necessarily, labor that's immoral. I think it's just a developing country, and it makes sense from a globalistic point of view. So, that's...
Yeah, I don't know. They're building new plants here all the time. So I'm not sure that's true.
Fair enough. That makes sense. I will also say that at the end of the day, if we're going to talk about morals, I think anyone who has my point of view, which I don't think is common on this live, who doesn't vote for Kamala, I feel like has to do some soul searching, because at some point, morals should triumph over any sense of economic, viewpoint.
Shazor, if only more finance bros tapped into their moral center and realized that you can still make an unholy amount of money while not compromising your morals. I wish more dudes and ladies could figure that out. I wish that people more in the finance space were not solely driven by not only how much they could make, but how much they could make, and additionally, have a country that will continue to expand. And if people understood like a growing middle class, a rising tide raises all boats. If people in the middle class are struggling to go and pay their groceries, not because of inflation, but because their wages aren't matching the inflation, that corporate greed is keeping people like me without the necessary raises, the consumerism fails. Consumerism will grind to a halt eventually, and then the people depending and trading on the consumerism and the stock market that is dependent on how well these companies are doing also suffers. And I don't know why those things are not connected, but it benefits everyone for everyone to be doing well.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because then you get an unconnected market, the stock market, with the average person's, which is what is happening right now.
We sit here going like, stocks are at all-time high, fucking economy's soaring, and then we have a precipitous, enormous crash as the markets correct themselves, realizing that nobody has any money.
And I just don't understand why conservatives go on and on about free market capitalism, which, once again, I believe in its tenets at the end of the day, at least not complete free market capitalism, but some sense of it. But then at the same time, don't see the lobbying from any insurance company as a problem.
Right.
So
I think ultimately free market capitalism is destined to end the way that it is necessarily going to end, where companies grow and grow and grow and consume one another until there are 6 or 5, and then 4, and then 3, and that is the natural end to late stage capitalism. That is inevitable.
I wouldn't necessarily agree with that, but that's fine.
Promise. And so because it's necessary to continue increasing market share. It is necessary for your forever, because if you're invested in companies and the investments stagnate, they pull out their investments, and guess what happens? The company that's literally so if there is no more room to grow, by necessity, you fail.
But I think, GT, the opposite side of that is also true. If you have a central government that's deciding to a certain degree what is fair and not fair from a competitor standpoint, you get major players that sort of have been placed in points of of extreme power, like kind of like Epic, which is sort of like, if you're familiar with it, it's like the medical documentation company, and it keeps all the records of everything, which was placed in by Obama under sort of the National Healthcare Act or whatever. If that was something that was just done in the free market, you sort of wouldn't have something like that become a reality. You wouldn't have one central tool that manages everyone's data. I know, it'd be more cumbersome for healthcare providers, but you wouldn't have one company literally kicking everybody out.
All right. Appreciate you, man.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, dude.
Always fun talking to you.
Yeah, you too. And now for something completely different.
Hello?
Slurs McGee. Here we go.
How are you doing there?
Great.
Good. Okay. What?
You requested, dog.
I did. Yeah, I did.
You had some thoughts on late stage capitalism?
What's that?
You had some thoughts on late stage capitalism?
Yeah,
You have thoughts at all?
I do.
What's bouncing around up in that brain this evening?
Not much, actually. Just,
Well, we know that's true.
here we go.
What do you mean, here we go?
Here
Every
we
time
go.
you've been on here, you've descended into like
You're an idiot.
brain freeze.
You're an idiot.
Here we go.
You're a
Remember,
fucking moron.
one of us is insulting and the other one is just up here being awesome.
Oh, yeah. With that fucking retarded hat.
There you go. Middle square. What did I tell you? Middle square, dude. We
Right.
we gotta come up with the rest of the chart.
I know. You're so cool.
What do you do, man?
I fuck with you.
Yeah, what's your job?
I fuck with you.
What's your job?
That's my job.
Doesn't pay well.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody goes, that's hot. Gross.
I know.
Not in a million years, because this guy.
You know how much pussy I get? I get a lot. Because I get a lot.
Because why?
Because I'm the opposite of you. You're a fucking faggot.
You sell cars, dude?
I do. And I
You're a
make
car
more
salesman.
I make more fucking money than you
Car salesmen tend to be
tenfold.
drowning in women. That's for sure. Definitely.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, wipe your eye fucking shit.
This is thrilling, dude.
I know.
This is the best representation of yourself.
I know.
You think?
I know. It's cute, isn't it?
No, it's pretty pathetic.
I know.
Fuck, dude. This is
I know. That's exactly
consistently fucking embarrassing.
I know. Every time.
Pop that camera on for us, would you?
No.
What do you mean?
No.
Come on, dude.
No.
Why not?
Because I'm just relaxing at home.
Yeah, just alone.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm just relaxing. So I don't need to. Yeah.
How many sheets would you say you are to the wind right now?
3.
Fully 3?
Yeah.
So you get sauced,
Yep.
go on the internet, and you're like, who can I offend right now because I'm sad. I want to make other people feel as sad and as empty as me. So you go looking.
Yep.
That's what happens.
Yeah,
They have therapy for this, dude. You don't have to do this. You can just talk to people. I'm not a therapist.
why do you entertain it then?
Oh, because it's good for business.
Oh, right.
I make more money than you.
Oh, right. Oh, God, that's rich. That is so rich.
I am. It is.
It's entertaining, huh? Oh,
Well, sometimes it's entertaining. This,
Right.
I'm having to fucking pull the show along here. I'm doing a lot of the heavy lifting here. You are just here now.
Right.
Yeah. Sometimes it's entertaining when people have like really dumb things to say, but
You know
they're
what's
like
funny
very animated about it.
Is when all these fucking retards.
Mm-hmm. Did you just forget what you were saying?
No.
Yeah, seems like it.
Nope.
Seems like it. What were you saying, dude?
Well, what was I saying?
I don't know.
No, either.
Fat little fucking hamster fell off the wheel upstairs, and now you're just sitting here in front of 2,200
And
people
you're still
with your pants down, being a bigot. It's crazy.
Going. It's a joke.
Hilarious joke, dude.
I know.
You're very funny, and everyone likes you.
They do. They do. That's why
Why? What made you like this? Like, did somebody hurt you in high school that you're like just this
they did.
kind of cranky all the time?
They did. I love that you keep going. Yeah,
I am going. Yeah,
Yeah,
fine.
I know.
I'm happy to. I'm happy to like quietly eviscerate you in front of 2,200 people. And working within the bounds of TikTok guidelines and not actually saying what I want to say to you.
Oh, I'm so scared.
I know. Well, because my brain works and yours doesn't.
What?
Because my brain works and yours doesn't. Because all you do is fucking laugh.
I do.
Yeah, because it's embarrassing. Because you're embarrassed.
What?
It's like
About
it's
what?
like a very clear sort of like defense mechanism.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a lot of dip in my mouth.
What was that?
Yep.
You got a lot of what in your mouth?
Dip.
And that's what we all heard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. And?
What do you mean, and?
What are we
Got
doing?
any kids?
do.
Tell us about yourself, man. You're a
I do.
car salesman. You left high school. You went to sell
Yeah.
cars.
Yeah. And?
And then 30 years later, here you are, still selling cars.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Is it?
I love my
Nice,
job.
dude. Kids?
I love my job.
Got any kids?
I do.
Nice. How many?
Two boys. And one's going into the Marines. And the other one is...
And the other one is...
Oh, so you're hanging on to that.
I feel like this is just cruel at this point. Like the mouse is dead. The cat is done playing with the mouse, you know? You just forgot what you were saying in the middle of the fucking
No.
sentence.
Not at all.
Okay. What were we talking about?
What are we?
Yeah, that's right. Okay, dude. Maybe drink some coffee and you can come back.
I know.
You fucking bigot. All right, here we go. Anybody else kind of side with our buddy Free, whatever the fuck? Anybody else want to talk to him? Ashley, I can't remember. Anybody else? Brett, I can see that you follow me and that you're subscribed. Rhymer. It would be an embarrassing time to come up. It sure would. Bell Road, Mitsubishi. Italiano Giorgino. Va bene. Brokeback Mountain, of course you support killing babies. Yikes, dude. Alright, get in here, Sam. Terrible name. I'm also named Sam. What's up? Hi, Jen. Jen. I can't hear you. I can hear you breathing, which is worse. Just say what you want to say, dude. Don't be nervous. Why do they do this? Why do you guys do this?
I didn't realize I was live.
Oh, okay. Great. You want to... That's fair.
I'm so new to this.
That's okay. I don't remember what your comment was, to be honest.
Trying to find something of substance to talk about rather than,
Okay.
the last guy.
Would love that. Do you tend to agree with me on the whole? Disagree?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You agree?
I'm Canadian, so I don't know.
There's like a near 100% agree ratio up there with me, I think. So that's...
I know, it's so hard.
That's great.
I wish
All
we
right,
could
Jen.
do more. I wish we could do more. Sorry.
I know. No worries. Appreciate you. That was very Canadian of you. Immediately apologizing
I know,
for this.
right?
Thank you, Jen. Get out of here. We got to get... Let's talk about something of substance. Any conservatives... There's 2,400 people in here. 2,400 people in here. Some of you disagree with me. There's got to be something. Let's do it. Let's have a constructive criticism. Did I say let's have a constructive criticism? Let's have a constructive conversation. Sorry, I'm just having a stroke, dude. Longshanks, I'm afraid to disagree with you. I mean...
Ooh, yeah. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Hey, I don't know, the whole MAGA is a weird thing. It's just a really interesting bandwagon that everyone kind of jumped on. And I don't know, it's just concerning seeing all the people just rally behind Kamala in like 20 days. Like, you know, and weren't even giving her a second thought. And then, you know, y'all performed a coup, or the DNC performed a coup on Biden, or whatever you want to call it. You know, they
Not a coup.
They pushed.
It's a weird choice of words that you would use.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, the DNC's been doing stuff like this forever. Like, I mean, I caught for Bernie back in, you know, 2016 in Iowa, and, you know, 2020, I was going to vote for Bernie, and then, I ended up voting for Trump. And
can you fucking walk me down that just incredible leap in logic for us? I
Right.
just think that is so interesting.
I mean, I would say earlier on, I didn't really have a firm grasp of the economic viability of a lot of the policies that, the really radical policies like universal education and, kind of all the infrastructure financially that would need to be involved to, build up to something like that. And as I kind of became more of aware of taxes and how government works and seeing systems like that fail all over the world. And especially Bernie Sanders, he was like, dude, this guy was like cheering on Venezuela in 2012. And, look at
the
them
guy
now.
You were caucusing for.
I know. I was thinking, I feel really dumb. And hey, who knows? I might feel really dumb in the future for supporting Donald Trump.
You sure will.
Maybe.
Well, no, I think you will. But here's the issue. Okay. Glaring leaps in logic aside, and like drastic misunderstanding of our tax system and how universal healthcare and universal education and things could be paid for, and saying that it's failing all over the world when we were just talking 2 seconds ago about a bunch of different countries with universal healthcare that is thriving and like sustainable and like moldable and different forms of it implemented in different countries,
like European countries or outside that.
Yeah. So looking at this, but the main thing that I want to bring up was when the first thing that you said here was like perform the coup on here for on like the on the Democrats, on the Democratic Party, and like on behalf of myself, basically, right? I don't think that you actually give a shit.
I do, because it's like the logical,
you don't
conclusions that people that are my fellow Americans make. These conclusions that people jump to, like, everyone was like calling for Biden to step down for the longest time, and he's like, hell no, I'm not stepping down. And he doubled down on it, tripled down on it, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, 2 minutes warning to his White House staff, and released a statement saying, hey, I'm not going to run for the presidency anymore. There's just something that seems off about that. I mean, just a little off, and there kind of leaves me questions unanswered. And it's just, I don't know, it's just all kind of hazy. And similarly, so like, and I kind of have that bitter root in me from, how the DNC kind of snubbed Bernie back in the day. And just very aware of the kind of shady dealings, backdoor dealings of the DNC.
But you realize that you didn't like Bernie's policies.
In retrospect, yeah. In retrospect.
Yeah. More, this is my point, right? You don't actually care about the miscarriage of justice on behalf of the Democratic Party, because, like, if you did, you would have a much bigger moral objection to voting for fucking Trump again. Big time, right? Do you remember when he tried to do this shit? And so, like, I think that it is very disingenuous for you to take a moral objection on behalf of the Democrats when you're about to, like,
it's not moral objection that I have. It's just kind of questioning people. It's just losing faith in people's reasoning and like other people's reasoning. And that's okay. I know
same worry, dude. Same worry.
I understand. And we're picking, honestly, at the end of the day, we're picking two different monsters. And
Nope. This is crazy, dude. First of all, no, we're not picking two different monsters. This was orders of magnitude worse. It had like demonstrable, provable intention behind it. They knew about that they were going to lie to these people. They knew for months that they were going to lie about these people. They called Georgia to say, "Hey, find us the votes." They sent fake electors from Arizona. They said, "Stop counting in Arizona, keep counting in Georgia." And then they kept lying and kept saying this and kept lying. 61 court cases, nothing found. Internet ninjas only found Republican fraud. They said, come to the Capitol to stop a fucking certification of elections. This was purposeful. This dude did this.
I get it.
Right?
I get it. Threat to democracy.
Right. And so, right. And so this guy who did this thing, who almost succeeded in installing himself against the will of the people and the Electoral College, you're going to sit here and go, yeah, but like, what's the worst he could do? Despite him saying, I want to consolidate presidential power. Maybe I won't leave in 8 years, maybe 12. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
I don't think that you like bringing up this thing that you do when you have this in the fucking wings is crazy to me.
Sure. I mean, I don't think he bears 100% responsibility. Like, I think those.
No, I think he's too dumb for 100%.
You know, there's thousands of people there who've been having a wet dream of overthrowing the government and hopped up on Mountain Dew since they were like 2 years old. You know,
but they wouldn't be there without that fucking lie, man.
I mean, they were just waiting for the opportunity, man. I mean, it's just.
And who gave him that opportunity? Who gave them that opportunity? I don't understand the like posturing here.
It could have been anyone. It could have been anyone, any figure.
No, it couldn't. No, liberals would not have done this, dog. And also, when you sit here and go, they're two monsters. Let's do this. I'll describe the fucking worst case Ontario for us, and you give me the fucking equivalent disaster if the left is in charge. Are you ready?
So worst case, what, Ontario? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Oh, is that where you're from? I didn't even know that.
No. Worst case scenario, right? Donald Trump gets in. We're tracking women's menstrual cycles and their travel across state lines. They're outlawing contraception that people need to stay alive in many instances. They're putting women in prison for instances of medically necessary abortions to keep them alive. They're rolling back defamation and discrimination laws against gay people and minorities, and they've already done that in their term, and they're going to continue to do that. It's a fucking disaster, and he might not leave, and we might not get a vote.
That's
you
like
tell me.
Extreme propaganda, man.
Nope.
It to that
That's a literal fucking. That's what's happening. 60,000 women in Texas gave birth to their rapists' children this year. This year, dude. Because of Trump's intervention with the fucking Supreme Court. So now, bullshit like posturing aside, you tell me what the fucking boogeyman. Give me the propaganda, the terrifying propaganda on the left that you see that makes these two things equivalent. You said the same monsters. You give me the fucking left side.
I think we could be looking at a complete economic collapse of our country from the left. Kamala has no policies to even speak for at all, and people are backing her, which is just crazy. She has no talking points at all. She won't even take an interview. That's just beyond me, really. And that's honestly.
I want you to hear yourself real quick.
I hear myself loud and clear.
Tell me what rights are going to be removed from you or anybody else if the left comes to power.
I'm not worried about my rights.
I know, because you're a fucking white dude.
How do
you don't give a shit.
Dude,
it doesn't affect you.
I'm not white.
You're a dude then.
Yeah. Okay. Just jump into identity politics, right? That's the.
Give me a right. Give me a right that is on the books for you, dude. That is going to affect. That is going to be taken away from you.
I'm just thinking about the economic prosperity of my children and the future of my children.
How many children do you have?
I have 3 kids. Yeah, I got 2 daughters and a son. And you would vote for Trump because you're a girl. It's like, how you're not even thinking about your daughters? Blah blah blah. I know, I get it. I hear it every day.
But you say that, but you don't. You definitely don't get it.
Why? Because I don't want. I'm not supporting a country that I don't want to envision a country where abortions are normalized on every level, on every state.
Your daughter is sexually assaulted. You're going to force her to carry her rapist baby to term?
Like less than 1% of abortions are that. And of course I would, in those situations, and there are exceptions.
Oh, Dad, this is fucking Looney Tunes.
Is it?
This is yes, it's crazy talk what you're saying right now.
You're so condescending, man. This is the whole.
Eat shit. I don't give a fuck how you feel.
Condescending.
Give me some rights that are going to be taken away from you, dude.
dude, this hyper intellectual condescending stuff is like what turns.
I know that you're upset. I know that this frustrates you because you can't give us one fucking example of how you can contextualize both of these things as being the same level of bad. We're sitting here waiting. Hypothetically, the economy is going to be bad. First of all, that's wrong too.
It's already bad,
watch
man.
this. Wait, no. Watch this.
Groceries.
The fucking economic recovery, inflation is slowing. It takes a long time for that shit to happen, for the economy to slow and for inflation to go down. It takes a long time. The Inflation Reduction Act takes a long time to. Guess what's happening? It's fucking working. Every time Democrats take office after Republican crash, Obama in 2008, Biden in 2020, every time they have to pull us out of a fucking nosedive that the Republicans put us in, it takes a long time and people have a short fucking memory. They did this in 2012 when Obama was running. The economy's not recovering so fast. And then when he left, there was record growth, record unemployment that he handed to Trump. For you to sit here and go, the economy might be bad under Democrats is provably bullshit for as long as we've ever known democracy in our country. Every fucking time. Clinton balanced the budget deficit. Clinton had a booming economy. Handed it to Bush. Fucking collapse. Deregulation. Collapse. Okay, Obama built it up again. Trump. Fucking collapse. Mishandling of a pandemic. Dismantling the pandemic response team. Not taking it seriously. Economic collapse. For you to sit here and go, these two things are the same because my fucking, the economy's going to be bad. You're out of your fucking depth here. And I'm sorry that I'm condescending to you. It's necessary for me to take that tone when I'm so much better than you. When you're moralizing these two things and you're saying, I don't care if my daughter has the same access to healthcare as I do. Fuck you, dude. Condescended to, dude. Sorry.
Well, I think just in your little rants like that definitely shows the character and kind of definitely embodies.
Yeah, who gives a fuck, dude? I need a little microphone to drop at the end of those.
From now on, I'll just be down here doing this.
Yo, you just don't know what the fuck you're talking about? And now you're mad at me? Sorry, dude. I'm real sorry, dude. Sorry, bud. Fucking snowflakes. It's unbelievable.
I just came in and tell you I'm digging the hat, bro.
Thanks, Don. Thanks, I did it to trigger them.
I mean, you look here,
Take that hat off, god damn it.
You ain't no real cowboy.
You ain't done a lick of work in your life. It's true, though. I haven't.
You even own work boots?
You ain't never been in the field. I know, dude. I know. It's fine. My hands are soft.
I can tell
It's
the hat ain't never ring on no cattle just by looking.
Oh, God. Anyway, it's the same. We've had the same fucking conversation last couple nights. I don't know how long you've been in here for that guy, but he was like, the election was stolen from the Democrats. We put up January 6th and you don't actually care about it. You don't actually fucking care about that. And then he goes, but it's the two, they're both bad. And I'm like, I list him all of the horrors that they're planning to unleash, that they already tried to unleash, that they're actually doing. And then I go, what is the left equivalent of this horror? And he goes, economy. And I'm going, you're wrong about that too, dude. And he's like, you're so condescending. Yeah, fucking figure it out. We're all pissed off at you. We are fucking pissed at you, dude.
Your entire
Same
platform,
conversation.
Unpopular. Consistently unpopular. Like, nobody's like, yeah, hell yeah. Like Tim Walz said, nobody wants that weird crap. Dude, their platform is to, it's doom and gloom. Doom and gloom, dude. Give me
an argument. Give me an argument against this. If it is it's not, but we want to win, at least say what you're doing. At least say that. But don't try and what's up, cool dog?
Yo, what's up? How you doing?
Great.
That's good. The topic is MAGA is weird. I don't really think having any sort of political opinion, especially left or right, especially in the United States. I don't think either are kind of weird, like in a way. I think that it's sort of like our right, and I think it's something
Right
we
to be
can
weird.
respect either side. I can respect you if you vote whatever you want.
I don't think so.
You don't like.
I don't think like inherently harmful policies to minorities and women are worthy of respect.
Like what?
I don't think that. Like what?
You just made a claim about there's something against like minorities and women. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you know how they want the government to be in doctors' offices with women. How they want to outlaw contraception for women. How they are posturing that they want to track women across state lines during their menstrual cycles to make sure that they're pregnant, they're not getting abortions. Crazy fucking dystopian shit. I don't need to respect that fucking policy and say, oh, well, we can just get along. I just don't want. They want to revisit gay marriage. They want to make discrimination against gay and the LGBTQ community like legal again. That's not respectable. I don't need to fucking respect you.
I mean, this is like really like, if you were to ask like anyone that you would consider MAGA or I guess Republican in this sort of scenario, like, I mean, when you break it down, like, if I'm against abortion or whatnot, then like, I mean, you're talking about crossing state borders. You're talking all about all the specific stuff. The last guy that you brought up, you were talking to him about like rape cases. I'm like, again, yeah, he brought up the point that like, yeah, it's like 1%. And what I see a lot of leftists doing is that like you take like these small cases and you blow it out of proportion, and it's not.
Yeah, you can say that because you've never been assaulted, dude. It's not that big a deal. How many is 1%?
I don't think a child needs to die when I.
How many? Yeah, I don't give a fuck. How many people is 1%?
Why don't you care about people dying? That's
what
crazy.
is 1% of all women in America?
1% of all women. It's
first of all, it's 1 in 4 women are assaulted, and that number's wrong because not everybody reports it. First of all, second of all, how many are you willing to just accept with this?
So
what's a good number that you're comfortable with?
Negotiable. So the what I was bringing up earlier was that I'd say it's more a negotiable topic when it comes to rape cases or SA cases. I think that's negotiable. I think
how nice for you that you're going to allow them to have that.
Yeah, I think it's the same for a lot of quote unquote MAGA people. But when you talk about legal abortion, it's again, I'm talking about taking, and you stand for the rights of people making elective abortions. That's what I'm here to talk about. I'm not talking about rape cases. I'm not talking about that. You stand for elective abortions. You stand for elective murder of children. And
just
I'm
yours.
100% against that.
No, I think that's fucking. Yeah, if you want to think about like the murder of the staph infection, when I take penicillin as murdering innocent staph bacteria, sure, you can think about it that way. Who will come to the defense of this bacteria? But I don't think about it that way because I don't have a weird religious. I don't have a weird religious hang up about this. I don't have a weird religious hang up about this.
Taking bacteria and comparing it
I
to
don't
a
have a weird religious hang up about this.
You have to speak really loud over me because I'm making a good point. You're talking about
because you're talking over me.
You're comparing a baby to bacteria right now.
Yes.
That's how you make a
What's the
point.
difference? It's a fetus, by the way. It's a fetus, not a baby.
It's a bit. It's a fetus.
It's not.
Yeah, it's in the fetal state.
You don't actually give a fuck about this. You don't actually give a fuck about that.
I actually do. I 100% do. That's why I'm debating it with you right now.
You don't. When does life happen?
Life begins at conception.
So buildings filled.
Look it up.
So buildings filled with IVF fertilized eggs. Horrific miscarriages of justice.
What?
IVF. You're against it vehemently.
What's IVF? I don't know what that is.
In vitro fertilization.
Okay. Again, you're throwing out these words. I don't know what that is.
Well, you should fucking get your books out
Or you
When
could
they,
explain it
when,
to me, 'cause I'm
sure,
asking
I'm
you.
happy to fucking explain it to you.
Yeah, sure, go ahead, please.
When they take an egg and fertilize it outside of the mother's womb and then freeze that egg and implant a fertilized egg into a woman in hopes that she can get pregnant because she can't get pregnant. But they do this 5, 6, 8, 12 times. And when she has a baby and is done having babies, they dispose of these fertilized eggs. According to you, that's a child. Where is the fucking Geneva Convention march outside of these facilities for you?
Again, you're getting off topic. I'm against elective abortion.
Nope, sure aren't.
Yeah,
Sure
you're
aren't.
getting
You off
topic
care about
here.
the life of the baby
You're
at
talking
conception.
No.
You care about the life of the baby at conception, and I'm telling you, there's hundreds of millions of babies sitting in these buildings. You don't give a fuck about.
Let me talk for a second. So again, I'm talking about the majority of abortion, and you have to.
I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that.
I know you're not talking about that because you had to.
I know
talk
because
about it
this is a really big oopsie daisy in your
debate,
logic.
You can't debate what I'm talking about, and that's
I'm happy to debate what you're talking about. You don't give a fuck about what you're talking about.
You're talking
You
about
don't give a fuck
something
about what
outside.
you're talking about. You give a fuck about forcing women to have babies.
Really sad.
You give a fuck about forcing women to have babies. Take that opinion and say that. But you don't give a fuck about life begins at conception because you didn't even know that in vitro fertilization fucking happened, first of all. You don't care that there's buildings full of fertilized eggs, potential human life, God's children sitting in these buildings. You don't give a fuck. All you care about is forcing women to have babies. So argue your point. You don't give a fuck about that.
You're talking about a completely different topic. I'm talking about people.
No, I'm not.
Elective abortion.
They're disposing of hundreds of thousands of babies a year.
Off topic, so off topic. No, I'm talking about people that are making elective abortions. You can't stay on topic. You can't make this argument.
You can't make this argument. I'm making this argument. I'm making this argument beautifully, perfectly. You can't conceptually, to stay on task ideologically, you must agree that this in vitro fertilization must end. To stay on, to remain ideologically consistent, you have to fucking agree that fertilizing babies outside the womb is a horrific miscarriage of justice, especially when they get rid of these babies. But you can't because you don't give a fuck about that. You care about forcing women to give babies to people who have fucking assaulted them because God wants it this way.
I'm not talking about essay cases. Again, we're looping back.
Then you don't care about that either.
You run.
Then you don't care about it's here. Oh no, shut up. Then you don't care about that either. If you can make exceptions in essay cases, you don't care about the fucking baby.
Previously said it was negotiable. Didn't I say that? Everyone knows.
Why? Why is it negotiable?
So I'm talking about because anyone that you could refer to as a MAGA would probably say the same. So like you bring up rape cases, like that's probably like negotiable on either side of the case. And
why is it ideologically different for you when it's rape?
Why is it different? For me, it's actually not different personally, but because again, I still think it results in the death of a human. So I don't.
But you don't give a fuck about that.
What makes you say that? Sure.
Because you're willing to throw away hundreds of thousands of babies in this other fucking facility.
I never said that. I never like.
You didn't even know about it.
Right, the point about it.
I didn't know about it, and you're bringing it up.
Okay, I want to give a little experience here because I actually have a uterus, so maybe I can have the floor for a second. So there's like a lot of problems I have with you spouting off a lot of, as GT has said, bigoted information, considering you don't even have a uterus. You didn't even know what IVF was. I am a mother, and I have 2 children, both through infertility treatments, and I really don't want to get emotional or anything, but sorry, I gotta breathe.
Sorry.
But I'm not gonna cry, I promise. But anyway, I literally had 2 children through fertility treatments, and I paid thousands of dollars to have them. Guess what? I had to have what is called an abortion, okay? It's a DNC. It's where I had to, evacuate the baby because my body didn't realize it was, already gone or whatever. And the thing is, in a lot of states, that would be questioned at this point. One other thing he said, and I'm trying to calm down because I'm literally so pissed off. but the majority of abortions take place at 9 weeks or before. When you are 6 weeks pregnant, you literally can't even know you're pregnant until you're like 4 weeks already, like 4 weeks past. And that's like if you are really in tune with your body or doing fertility treatments. So my point being, if the majority of abortions are done by like at 9 weeks or before, that means a woman really only has from the 6 weeks. That's if she really knows and is like super in tune, right? It's not like you're saying, it's not a baby. It's a clump of cells, and this is coming from somebody who paid thousands. No, let me finish. Paid thousands.
Money does not even compare to human life. Sorry.
Shut up and let her finish.
I paid thousands of dollars, gave myself injections day after day, right? And I wanted a baby so bad, but my point is that at that point, they can't even pick it up on an ultrasound. I was crying, begging them, please check on my baby, please check on my baby. And they were like, we can't. There's nothing to see. And that is at 6 weeks. It is not until 6 weeks where they can maybe see something. And this is from experience, okay? So if the majority of abortions are done at 9 weeks or before, women don't even know they're pregnant yet. Like, it is, again, this is a mom that loves her children, okay? Your convictions are really, you just have no base to them. You don't know what you're talking about. And it's just bullshit to listen to a man spout on and on about shit you don't know about. So just maybe shut up and listen and let women speak. You just don't know what's going on.
Wait, I have something to say about that too.
Just let you speak. So
no, shut up. Here's bringing this back. Shut up. I'm not done. Bringing this back to earlier when you were like, we can just have policies and we can just agree to disagree, or you don't have to hate me for these policies. When policies like this that you're describing, which you are talking about completely, entirely ignorant of, and B, hurting actual human beings, your fucking fellow Americans, they just happen to be women. I know that you think less of them.
Yes.
This is my point. This is my point. Is that like no, we are fucking. It is reasonable to think less of you for supporting policies that hurt people like this.
That's not me at all. Okay. There's nothing I said that. No.
It is. Yeah. It is.
But I would like to rebuke Kyla here. So I don't think less of rebuke. I don't know.
Rebut,
whatever. Sorry, don't know the word. Anyways, no, so I don't think any less of your. It doesn't matter whether or not you're a man or a woman on this topic. I think it's a moral issue, and when it comes to human life, I don't think. When you bring up the topic that, I'm a woman with a uterus, and it becomes very emotional, and I don't believe in that. I don't believe in when it comes to human life.
But then you're saying don't kill babies. You're literally going right off the fact of emotion. You're trying to literally
That's not emotion. Not don't murder people is not emotional argument.
Okay, but here's my thing. Okay, even if we're not going to talk about, like you're saying, all you care about is elective abortions, right? Which I affirm. Okay, I want everyone to know that when I say this. Even if you're just saying you don't care about elected abortions, these laws can affect women like me that really want babies. They're going through the worst days of their fucking lives. Okay, like I had my best friend. She had an ectopic pregnancy. She was 11 weeks with an ectopic pregnancy, a heartbeat. That's you probably don't know what the fuck that is, but it is when an embryo is in your fallopian tube and not your uterus. She almost fucking died. I live in North Carolina. Thank God our governor has a brain cell, but she almost fucking died, dude. She almost died. And there are women that don't have time to go across state lines to seek care
or the resources.
Exactly. And like what you're saying is just bullshit. It's just, you don't know. Like there literally are videos from
medical exception. I don't understand.
Also, how the fuck are you going to sit up here listening to her story and go, it's not emotional? Eat all of the bags of dicks. Just find them and eat them, dude. It's bullshit.
Because even if it's not elective abortions, these laws are hurting women that aren't getting elective abortions. Like these, and again, I think it matters. We haven't even gone into GT hasn't even gone into the fact, what do you think about policies after these babies are here? That's a whole nother fucking can of worms. And I see in your profile, it says you're a Christian. Yeah, I'm a minister's wife, so boom. And, I just really don't think that, I just really don't think.
I respect that.
How nice for you.
I'm glad you didn't respect me as a woman, but
No,
he doesn't respect me as a woman, but he does respect that I'm a minister's wife. Got it.
No, I definitely respect you as a woman. I never said anything against that.
Well, but you did say that it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman talking about this topic,
right,
which I think inherently is disregarding the lived experience of women, like Kyla was just talking about, and you didn't care to really listen. Also, not to mention, no, I'm not done. Not to mention,
No, she's not. It's for real.
yeah.
Reaching.
Not to mention, sorry, I can barely hear you because I had to turn my volume down. But, like I'm gonna try to keep my composure here. But I am an SA survivor, and you're talking about how you don't really care, or like you don't really think that there should be an exception for sexual assault survivors, right? I understand where you're coming from. I really do, because, like, not that I'm empathizing at all, but I was raised conservative. I used to think that as well. But then it happened to me, okay? But then I got assaulted. And you are never going to experience that same thing because you don't have a uterus. You don't get to understand this on the same level that women do, okay? Not to mention, every single woman that I know has been assaulted. Like, every single one. I can't name a woman in my life who hasn't.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, and I'm sorry. I definitely, I condolences for all that. I don't think anyone should have to go through that. But I will go back to say, yeah, I still stand on my points I made. I don't really think that there's any contradiction with any of those values I have.
Yes,
sorry.
There's an entire contradiction. You're literally just contradicting yourself. You don't either. You don't give a fuck about her story and the millions of women that happens to, and that now are being forced to carry a reminder of that to term, even despite their unwillingness to do that. And you're saying, I really care about that, but actually, no, I don't actually really care about that.
Well, no. So again, when you rephrase it however you want to, then yeah, like you just did. Then yeah, I guess so. But,
I'm sorry. Did I mischaracterize that?
Yeah,
I really would like to know.
It's literally what you just fucking said.
It's pretty much every time you talk, it's recharacterizing everything I say.
Nope, it's not. It's just fucking saying it. It's just saying it in clearer terms and not obfuscating it behind fucking weird posturings. I'm not. You're saying I really feel bad for you, except actually it doesn't change my opinion at all.
So how about the viewers just listen to what I say and just take away from what I say instead of listening to you, okay? And rephrase.
Actually, I have a better idea. Instead of doing that in my own live, we're going to do this instead. Cool Dog, can you give me an example of some laws on the books that interfere with your bodily autonomy as a dude? Can you give me one law that you're like, this is crazy, it's a government overreach, it has to do with the way that my body functions? Can you give me a fucking law on the books right now, or proposed law? Just one.
No, I can't.
Can you give me one for women?
No, I can't.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, I had a question for him.
You can ask. He's still fucking.
Yeah.
You can't think of one? The thing that we're just talking about right now? One fucking thing?
Well, no, he just wants us to listen to him. We all need to shut up and listen to his great ideas. That's what he said.
Exactly. I mean,
By the way, we've never heard before.
Totally unique, dude.
Yeah. He thought of them himself.
But the point I wanted to bring up, and it doesn't even matter if he's here, because, you know.
He's here. He's listening. I'll bring him up if you want to. I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
Hello.
No. Oh, okay. Whatever. Cool dog. I have a question. You are so concerned about the life of the fetus, right? Or the baby, whatever you want to call it, okay? In like even in cases of rape. Now, my mother, she works at a public school. She's a special education teacher. A lot of her kids are very underserved, you know, poor kids, right? And there are, unfortunately, like, she knows of multiple cases where there has been incest, unfortunately, okay? Like, with her students, her middle school students, okay? And, you know, and I'm also from Ohio, like, and that was where the 10-year-old girl was struggling to get an abortion there. I'm just wondering what you think of little girls who need abortions, right? And giving birth could potentially kill them. What do you
medical exception.
think about that? Do you now be, no? Okay, so that would be okay then? That's where the line is? Well, it could kill them. I just, like, I don't know.
I think he wants men.
I'm just trying to understand.
I think he wants men to sit in a big freaking king chair and make all the decisions on what counts and what doesn't count. And you know what? A lot of women's lives don't have time for that.
Yeah.
No? What?
What do you mean, no what? That's literally your position here.
What do you mean, know what? She just said that I want men to sit on a chair, a throne, and rule over women. I never said anything like that.
That's what's happening in
Everything
courts.
that you're saying says that.
No.
Because
Again,
yes.
rephrasing
You said
everything
no,
I
that's
say,
an
and I wanted
exception.
to.
No. The thesis of your fucking argument is that we get to decide what to do with with women's bodies. Men making these laws get to do with... That is not rephrasing your fucking argument, you Looney Tune. It is literally just your argument.
Yeah, but
Figure it out. Stop fucking cowering. Just stand behind your shit. You are arguing for this. We're not rephrasing it. You might not like hearing it in the words given fucking back to you, but that's what you're saying. It might sound worse when we tell you the fucking abject horror that you are arguing for in more direct terms as opposed to obfuscating behind fucking platitudes. You don't like us rephrasing it because it actually shows what you're doing. That's why you don't like us fucking saying these words to you. We are not restructuring your fucking argument. This is your argument. Pull up your big boy pants and own it.
and stand
That's
behind
what she's saying to you.
You're literally telling people to make decisions based on something you'll never experience. I mean, what world is that okay to you? I'll never have to do this. I'll never experience this. This will never affect me, but God damn it, I should have a say-so in it. Wow. Weird.
Also, you said that it's a medical exception for, like, you know, cases of rape, like with little girls. But you didn't say whether or not you think that it would be okay, and that was really my question there. I know your answer, but I just want you to have to admit it.
He doesn't know he's on mute.
He knows.
He doesn't know how
can
to
unmute.
do it.
He can unmute. He's been doing it all
He
night.
just, even though they're yelling at the phone, they don't know we can't hear them.
Stop changing my argument. I just don't want women to have certain rights. Sorry, dude. I don't know what to tell you. That's what you're saying.
Cricket.
Yeah.
Well, we can just talk about him in front of him, I guess. Anyway,
Well, no, I will say, GT, I did appreciate your point about IVF because I don't think a lot of people realize that those are also embryos. And obviously, as an infertility patient myself, I stand next to all of that, but they don't think about that. And it's the same fucking
This guy
thing.
didn't even know what that was.
Did you? Yeah, like literally they consider a baby an embryo up until, I don't want to totally misquote, someone can say it in there, but I'm pretty sure it's like 9 weeks. I'm pretty sure it's 9 weeks to 12 weeks.
There we
9
go.
weeks. And the majority of, like I said, abortions are taking place 9 weeks or before, which is an embryo, which is to your point, it wasn't a different point. It is the same thing.
To remain ideologically consistent, you must take the stance that IVF is murder. Crazy.
But then
Crazy, insane.
Then you would have to assume that guy, during the time that he arrived to his logic, that he educated himself along the way. That would
Also, sorry not to interrupt you. A few people are saying to go ahead and bring up Monica just because she does have a totally different spin on fertility and the abortion and all that.
Expose her to this.
Yeah. She's apparently asking. I keep getting tagged.
Also, I don't know what happened, but it didn't let me unmute there, so I don't know what it was. Either my permission was taken away or it was some glitch.
it was divine intervention.
Anyway, I just to reiterate. I'm trying to find Monica. To reiterate, when you say something like, "We can," there are no policies that is worth making each other hate each other in the way that we are, which was your first sort of point here. This is just one. This is just one of them that is harmful to your fellow fucking Americans. Half of them, women. We haven't even talked about rolling back discrimination laws for gay people and other minorities in America, where we're talking about segregation shit.
Well, hating is a whole nother thing. Even
I hate you.
No,
I want you to hear me. I fucking hate you, dude.
Oh, I know.
Because you stand by this shit. I fucking hate you.
You yell a lot too.
I hate you because of the shit that you are co-signing here, dude.
Let it flow through you. Let the hatred flow through you.
I think I am. This is very cathartic to me.
Yeah, I can tell.
I hate you with him.
What I was gonna say is that
we all hate you, dude, and it's justified. It's also justified. Yeah, okay.
Sure, you can think that way, but the thing is that I'm going to be the bigger man and say that I don't hate you because I respect your opinion.
This pious bullshit, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. I'm the bigger man. I just don't think some of us should have rights the same way that I do.
Because that was the point that I was about to bring up. You're talking about when you're hating someone over I think that abortion is murder, and I don't even hate you people for it. The thing is that I can respect when it comes to what?
Nothing.
When it comes down to tough topics like this, is that we're all trying to figure these things out, and so
no, you're not. You don't have a fucking uterus, dude. Oh my god.
And you are not trying to figure it out.
That's such
you are actively not trying to figure it out.
That's such an awful point to make.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I thought it was pretty good.
Oh, no problem.
Anyway, I think that that's perfectly reasonable to have opinions about someone's character based on horrific shit that they co-sign. Absolutely.
I think if you walk and talk like a duck and I call you a duck, you shouldn't get mad at me and start quacking.
Especially if that duck's a fucking misogynist bigot.
Right.
I bet he doesn't care about this. I bet you don't care about the discrimination thing either. I'd love Monica to go and tell you. I'd love for you to listen to this person here.
Sure. I respect women, so I can listen to her talk.
Hi, Kogan. So let me tell you my quick little version of my story. I'm currently a cancer patient. I've been dealing with cancer since last year. And unfortunately, I have to be put on contraceptions in order for my eggs to be saved from chemo. And I hate getting emotional, but if my eggs aren't saved, I won't be able to be a mom someday. And that's what I'm fighting for. I'm fighting for our rights, for not myself, but every cancer patient who wants to save their eggs. And I know I couldn't afford it, but there's thousands of women out there who can afford to get IVF. And I can't, unfortunately, because I don't have that money. And it just breaks my heart that you say you understand women, but you don't. Like, you don't understand. Like, I've always wanted to be a mom ever since I was a kid. I said, I can't wait to be a mom. I can't wait to be a mom. And unfortunately, because of cancer, it's not something that I was able to predict. It's just unfortunately something that just had to happen. And as a woman of color, like, if Trump wins, I'm going to lose so many rights. You have no idea.
Wait, what do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean?
You said as a woman of color, you're going to lose rights when Trump comes in office?
No, hang on. Before you ask your question, what you're going to say first is I'm fucking sorry you're going through that. I appreciate you would share your story with me.
Wait,
and I was the fuck you. But no, fuck you.
I was getting to that. I was getting to that, but you cut me off.
Fuck
I
you.
was
You
getting
wanted,
to that,
no,
but you
shut
cut
the
me
fuck
off.
up. You wanted to interrupt her so that you could ask your corny ass fucking question.
No, I was asking her to clarify something. I was not.
Fuck you, dude.
You kind of villainize me so much.
Shut
But
the
You're a villain, dude.
you talk over me. I was getting to that, and you think you make me out to be.
So get to it.
I'm trying to talk to her.
So get to it.
Sure. Again, I don't actually stand against your right or ability to do any of that. I think that it's perfectly fine for you to have access to those things because you're such a special case. Thing is that again, we're so off topic from what originally I was talking about. I'm sorry that you're going through what you're going through. It's
the topic is why we're allowed to think less of you for co-signing things that will hurt Monica. That is, we are fucking dead on target. We're far away from what you want to talk about, but we are fucking laser focused, dead eye, bullseye on the target, which is you villainizing yourself.
No, you're hitting the wall. You're not a bullseye at all. So you're.
Oh, you're not a bullseye at all.
Yeah, no, the bullseye would be elective abortions. That's what we've been talking about.
Nope,
But you're talking
it's
about
not.
something completely.
You're co-signing. You're voting and co-signing for shit that will affect Monica's life negatively. That's what we've been talking about this entire time.
Can I just say one more thing? Okay, so you keep saying the elective abortion thing. I hear what you're saying on that. But the thing is that these laws end up being blanketed laws. And then the people that are putting these laws into place are oftentimes way more radical than just saying, like, just elected abortions, like you're saying. And not to mention, you're missing the entire point of this issue has nuance. Monica has cancer. I struggle with infertility. I have a best friend that had an ectopic pregnancy. Sierra struggled with SA, as she shared. And so our point is that this is a nuanced issue that you can't just have a blanketed law over top. No abortions that are for this reason. That's just not how it works. And there's crazy people in office, crazy conservatives, I would say the majority, that are going to put a blanket law and it's going to fuck all the women over. And you're not listening.
What laws are blanketed? I want to know exactly in particular because I don't, again, I wouldn't stand for something that would generally affect such a complicated issue, right?
Yes, you would.
I just said I wouldn't, but you would. You rephrase everything I say. Dude,
you don't give a shit.
Every time you butt in, you just rephrase what I say.
No, dude. Everything that you've said for the last 30 minutes gives us the context that you absolutely would not care if the phrasing was no abortions at all or just medical abortions. If they're saying no abortions at all, you're not going to sit there and go, oh, well, I have a moral objection to this. You would absolutely still fucking vote for that. So don't sit here and pretend that you would take a moral stance and vote for the other guy if they didn't allow medical exceptions. You're fucking sitting up here saying that. Don't fucking stop backing out. Stop being a fucking coward about this and defend your position.
I'm defending my position.
Is that your position? That you would vote for Kamala Harris if they said blanket abortion?
No. What?
Right. Yeah.
Again, I said I would not vote for something that would be blanketed at all. No. You're completely off.
But you
that's
would.
this goes back to my
No, that's not what I said. I just.
But no, this goes
it every
Listen,
every
don't, I'm not
second.
rephrasing it, dude.
No, you say you would.
Just because you can't fucking handle this, it's not a rephrasing.
Here's the thing, though. What you're saying, this goes.
Dude.
Nope.
Okay, can I
all
just?
you do all day. Listen,
Nope,
I came here.
it's not.
Okay, I came here. It's clear that I let the women talk because I'm letting you talk. Okay, buddy. So.
Wow. Cool dog. Is it? Wait, can you guys hear me?
Wait, hang on. Wait. I think we just triggered a fucking a thing. Hold on. Let's just. Sorry. That is the.
No, you're
It's
good.
the secret phrase. It is the secret phrase. Cool dog. Pop that camera on, boss.
Why?
Just pop that camera on, dude.
Turn on my camera.
Oh, I think you do.
I don't want to.
I think you do.
Why?
Because it's time.
Are you a monkey?
It's time, dude.
Are you saying that because I'm black or?
No, because your profile picture. We don't know what you look like.
Hang on.
Oh, okay.
Hang on. Let's not blow this by. What did you just say?
What did I say?
Because you're black?
Yikes.
I was asking if that's what she meant.
Obviously.
Are
not.
you black?
No.
Then why the fuck would she be saying that?
Whoa.
You monster. Turn your fucking camera on now. Because now we're actually doing this. Go on, bud.
No, I'm not doing
We're gonna
that.
derail this entire thing. You were like, you're a girl, and now
This
I'm
is
gonna
a
beat you in a fucking. I'm gonna
This is
emasculate
a
you.
debate. I don't need to turn on the
I'm
camera.
going to emasculate you in front of 3,300 people now, because we're done talking. I feel like we've reached the logical conclusion of this argument. Turn your camera on.
Dude,
or
being
you can leave.
emasculated would be putting up this freaking live and doing this shit.
I don't think
That's
so.
what you're doing
I
to
think
yourself.
this is pretty
Got those
masculine.
fruity glasses, bro.
Yep. Turn your camera on, dude.
Yeah, turn your camera on, bro. All that shit.
No, I
bro.
don't feel like it. I think
Oh.
Wait,
I think I won't do
Lyrical
it.
wants to come
I don't
up.
think I will.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All
I
that
don't
shit
think I
talk. All that shit talk, no camera. Embarrassing.
I really want to. I haven't done any push-ups today, dude.
So what's the push-up thing?
The minute that they're like, you're gay, you're cuck, you're a girl, which I think is the funniest one, which is what he did. It's over. Not really. Usually I'll just keep going if they're like dumb and making us money. But usually it's like, okay, you're the alpha, you're a fucking strong big boy. Turn your camera on. Push-up contest.
Oh, I like that.
Push-up contest with this weak beta male. And then guess what happens every time, invariably?
They lose.
They fucking lose.
I love
They
it.
lose in front of 35, or they cry and run. It's either way, it's a loss. It's a big W.
that. You're doing it because you don't have an argument. That's why you're doing it.
Capital gains, dude.
Did they say that?
No, well, that's what this is. Anyway, the minute that they do that, they're like, they're done having a conversation. They're like, look at his glasses. Okay, well, if you're too scared to turn your camera on, let people see this, I assume, Quasimodo face behind these bigoted ideas. Sorry. Then leave. That's all.
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
Jamal for Jesus says the host is not natty.
I want to be here one day for a push-up contest. Now that I know they exist.
He's in the request. He's in the request. Here, ready? Hold on.
All right, let's go.
Yo, what's up? I'm back.
Camera, dude.
Nah.
Camera, dude. Let's do it. Come on, you're a big, strong boy. You're a big, strong alpha boy. Let's go. At least let us see your cool face. Cool dog. No? All right.
Wait.
We were excited. Bummer.
He thought he was going to get to stay. That was cute.
Anyway. God, this gets the old blood pumping.
Challenger, send me the live real quick. It's like, hey, hang on before this starts. I'm not going to guess. I can't do it.
Yeah, brother.
They probably. How many people actually accept the challenge? Can't be many.
I've beat at three.
Yeah, because most of them say no, right? Because they're scared.
Most of them leave
Yeah.
and don't turn the camera on. Yeah.
I love that, dude.
It is funny. I think it's important also to sort of like, especially in this context, when dudes are up here posturing like they should, that they're the strong ones and they should they should get a say about what to do with women's bodies. I think it's important to humble them a little bit.
I agree with that. I like your approach.
I know it's a gross sort of toxic masculinity thing that we're doing over here, but what are you gonna do? I'm a product of society ultimately.
Unfortunately, as I said the other day, it's the only thing that seems to get through to them and just take them down a few notches. So appreciate it.
Yeah.
You're slipping to their level and communicating with their language.
Yeah.
With these capital gains. All right, one more time. Let's see. Drum roll, dude. Let's do it.
Get that camera on.
What's up, yo?
Kick that camera on, dude.
This is embarrassing, guys.
Wait, can I ask you a question?
No, I don't give a fuck. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't give a fuck. Turn your I'll tell you what. You turn your camera on. Say it with your face. I'll give you the big screen, and you can ask me a question. Definitely. But until that camera turns on, we're gonna sit here. We're gonna sit here in silence.
How beta is this that you're just sitting there getting muted? Turn your camera on.
This is a pretty beta move.
Yeah,
just be accepting up here, desperate for our approval, I guess. Let's go, dude.
It's so beta. Right
It's not hard. Just you have access. Turn that camera on, dude.
Please. You keep muting me like every 5.
Yeah, that's because I want you to turn your camera. Am I being fucking vague here?
No,
Is this message unclear to you? I don't know.
Personally, I understand. Me personally.
Just turn your camera on. You can ask us whatever you want. And it will be followed by a push-up contest. Okay. All right. Bye, dude.
It's embarrassing.
That sucks.
It's embarrassing that you keep coming back and still not turning your camera on. That's super embarrassing.
Fucking cucked, dude. Okay, sorry. Anyway, ladies, this sucks, and I hate, I hate it. I hate it. I hate the concept. I hate, the idea that you have to come up here and defend your humanity in front of, dudes who didn't even know the absolute, basest part of, fertility treatments and shit, just not even a concept, and are sitting up here defending it with just a massive lack of information, thinking that he has more information than everybody else, and it sucks, and I hate it.
It's an everyday thing. I mean,
Yeah.
It was basic reproduction he wasn't even clear on, so that was a little bit concerning, but typical.
Yeah.
I wanted to tell him, what if it was your own daughter who was going through the situation, but I didn't get a chance to
He
tell
doesn't
her.
care.
Were you on earlier when we had the guy that had daughters? Apparently. I mean, they don't give a shit.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't believe it.
was that the guy that was apparently, also not white?
That was fucking, what a weird thing to say, dude. Holy.
Well, hey, I'm gonna take myself to bed. Monica, I appreciate you sharing your story, and I'm sending you all the positive vibes and love and energy. And I just wish the best outcome for you. Thank you for sharing your story with us.
No,
Have a good
thank
night.
you.
Wrap me up, GT.
Thank you, Jolly.
Thanks, Charlie. Good to see you, as always. All right. Cool. Well, stay if you want. We can do something else. We can just, we can share Monica. Yeah, just keep sharing Monica's friggin' GoFundMe. Oh, wait.
Oh, yeah.
No, you guys already done too much for me.